Okay, so blue-green fish, or blue-green merfolk. Merrow Reejerey was one of the cards that was added directly into this format via a historic anthology. And if you've watched this stream before, heard me talk about, these are the types of additions I really like in this format. Cards like this that make these archetypes that are often fan favorite archetypes like this a little bit more powerful and consistent. If you haven't played with or seen this card before, its second line of text is actually incredibly powerful at letting you punch through stalled boards. So whenever you cast a Merfolk, you can tap or untap target permanent. It's also very notable that this can untap your lands. So Merrow Reejerey, in addition to letting you kind of diddle your way through your opponent's blockers on the right board state, also can effectively make every Merfolk you cast cost one less, because when you cast them, you untap one of the lands you used to cast them. There's the 1-mana Merfolk you sack to prevent creatures from entering the battlefield. Could cut a dispute. It's anti-Luca-Yorian tech. Maybe. I don't really know. I feel like with this deck, I'd like to just run those decks down. And I haven't played this archetype. It's been a hot second since we played this, so I haven't played it recently enough to know if this effect is something I feel like we need. And those decks also haven't been... Oh, I guess this stops Winota too, doesn't it? Like, I was just about to say, Luca and Yorian aren't real things, but Winota is everywhere, right? Winota is... I was going to say, I think this deck is probably not great against Winota. Huh. Alright, yeah, let's try some Mistcallers. I'm going to put the 4th in the board. I like that suggestion. Let's put 3 in the main and a 4th in the sideboard here. Having more 1-drops is also reasonable to curve out with your lords, so sure. Yeah, let's start there. Yeah, I mean, like, my aggro deck likes 1-mana creatures. And that's a good way to approach deck building, right? You say, okay, this is a problem we envision having. This is a card that's a potential solution to that problem. Is the appropriate way to approach deck building and tuning, in my opinion. Deck list is updated on Stream Decker with those cards. Alright, for those of you taking notes at home about playing an aggro deck, I'd recommend fixing the mistake I did here, which is I'd recommend winning the die roll. I'd actually rather have Vineshaper than Kumena here. Gruul Obosh on the other side, looks like. Oh, this is actually a big mistake. If I let on Breeding Pool here, I'd have been able to block this, huh? Deeproot Elite, gonna let us stack our board up here a little bit, which is nice. Usually play Delver in play Shadow in Modern and Delver in Pauper as our deck and Historic, like me. I'd recommend going to my website, Monjorgum, and clicking Historic decks, and then taking a look at the tempo, searching for tempo decks on there. Sounds like that is the style of deck you enjoy playing. And it took some time the other day to add filters to my website. You can find lots of different great deck lists up there using the filter functions. So they're playing Obosh, so we know my opponent does not have Cleave. probably dead here. So Kumena Speaker can kill Love-Struck Beast now. Really regret bottoming Kumena. I didn't think we'd get into a board stall here, and the fact that we did get into a board stall and now I don't have him is a pretty big drawback. Maybe I should have done this to start so I could put more counters on him to loot through to try and find another Kumena. That's probably what I should have done. If we had Kumena here, we'd be ahead in a huge way, he says as he draws a Kumena. You love to see it, chat. You love to see it. Alright, so I think this is a Collector out, Aether Gust in matchup. We'll cut the Mistcallers. Well, they could be a Luca deck. Do I leave in a couple of Mistcallers assuming they could be a Luca deck? Maybe trim the Vine Mystics? As you can see from the disputes, Deeproot Waters, Spell Pierces, Aether Gust, you frequently board out your companion in this deck, which is fine. You know, something to consider too is we have 17 blue sources now with Ancient Ziggurat. It might be right to play some Brazen Borrowers in this main deck. Before Ancient Ziggurat, we couldn't support playing the blue non-Merfolk card because we had to play 4 territories. But with the addition of Ziggurat, I think we could reasonably play Brazen Borrower. Something else to consider. Get a Scotia interaction in the main deck. Well, you could argue, literally some dude, that the fact that we're not playing the default best Umori deck means having Umori to start actually throws people off. It's an excellent draw there, obviously. So, like, the fact that we're not playing Winota, it actually kind of throws people off as to what we're playing when it's not open deck list, right? So it feels like they have a stomp here, so I'm going to lead on this rather than my Deeproot Elite, so that way my Deeproot Elite doesn't get stomped. Read them like a book, chat. Read them like a book. Correct. Ziggurat does not cast the adventure half of adventure creatures. That is correct. Those are not creatures. That's real good. So we sacrifice this so their Bone Crusher gets countered. Again, Endo Crisis, if you want to recommend a change to our deck, don't just tell me what the card does. Tell me what it does for us. What problem do we have that you're solving with the thing you are recommending? This attacks for 6. They can Devil's Play to kill something here, but we're in a pretty okay spot. Yes, Obosh doubles X on Devil's Play if X is even, because if X is even, the total converted mana cost on this is odd. No blocks. Take 6. And we're dead. Chain Whirler there would have been brutal. The opponent's archetype doesn't play Chain Whirler usually. Generally speaking. Again, if you're gonna make card recommendations, this is fair warning for the new people. Usually I cut new people slack, but moving forward, I'm gonna time people out making lazy card recommendations. Don't just tell me what the text box of a card is. Say, Jeff, your deck has a hard time in this matchup, or this thing seems like it would happen. These are cards we can cut. Another thing to generally keep in mind when making cuts, that a good rule of thumb is you want to be replacing cards for the same matchup, so you want to make sure your ins and outs line up well. So if you're recommending making changes to sideboards, you need to be thinking about, well, okay, how does this card board in? Do we have enough things to cut to bring in those matchups if we're adding another card for those matchups, etc.? Lot of details there. Ziggurat's a little bit awkward with the Aether Gust we boarded in here, but hopefully we'll draw a land at some point. Okay. It's not exactly what I wanted, but it's better than missing a land drop. One of the things I really hate that people do, that I just time someone out for doing, is they say, well, they justify what they're recommending by saying this usually happens in this archetype, or this archetype usually does this. When in reality, like, Merfolk's not an established deck, chat. So don't tell me Merfolk in this format usually does something, because Merfolk isn't usually played in Historic. It's not an established best deck in the format by any means. Yeah, I also think people talk about, well, you need unblockable Merfolk to break board stalls. Did you not watch the first game? In my experience, Kumena's very good at breaking board stalls. So is Deeproot Elite. We already have 8 cards that serve as a good way to help break board stalls. Hey, Pre-Waits, thanks for the 12 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Merrow Reejerey, also great at helping break board stalls. And again, that's why when you make recommendations and talk about why you're recommending something, it's easier to engage and dissect. You can be like, well, that doesn't actually happen, right? Or like, that's not been my experience that this is what occurs. Ancient Ziggurat's not doing us favors here. We've drawn 2 of our 3 Aether Gusts. We boarded in. It's been rough. Can't adapt Biomancer. Can't use Ancient Ziggurat to pay for this. This only casts creature spells. You're not sure Ancient Ziggurat is really necessary for your deck. Mana Math disagrees with your not being certain. The numbers make me certain that it is in fact something we want. Can I kill them on the backswing? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We're like really close to killing them on the backswing here. We're 1 point short, right? Six, 9, 10, 11, 12. We're 1 point short. I do have Aether Gust mana now. You're not wrong. I think I do this because if they recast it next turn, Speaker was free to cast. It wasn't. If I cast the Speaker, I take extra damage. It's not free. Been a close game for how long and how awkward our mana was. I think we're gonna attack them for 6 here. And then we're gonna go down to 3. And then I have 3 blockers up. And then Aether Gust plus our ability to tap something with Kumena Speaker means we can possibly get through next turn. If I put them to 1, I'm dead on board. So that's probably not a good play. Yep, and Luca's gonna do it. Luca's gonna turn the Rampaging Frostodon into an 8/8 Trampler. That will also turn on Clothis. We're actually We're actually exactly dead here. I can chump block and then double here and go to 0. Really close set. It's a good game of Magic too. All three of them were good sets. I'm gonna put a couple of Brazen Borrowers in here as a touch more interaction in the main deck. I think that's fine. Like I said, once upon a time before Ancient Ziggurat, I don't think we could cast his back half consistently, but we have 17 ways to cast his blue now, which is close enough. You miss once upon a time. Well, someone was bound to, I guess. What were we playing around our turn? But what were we playing around by playing on our turn? Taking less damage from Frostodon. Aether Gusting when I Aether Gusted meant I took 1 less damage from Frostodon. Block. I'm gonna reveal the Silvergill Adept so they don't know I have a Lord next turn. Could you imagine Naya Winota with Once Upon a Time? Just like have both your Winota more often and your Elfon one more often? Like, it would just be incredibly gross. Viewer count popped up for what it was earlier. Maybe we'll still do Grixis today after this one. Got another hour at least with Merfolk, but maybe we'll still play Grixis today. Would any green deck play Umori if they could play for Once Upon a Time? No, not any deck that was well built. Any deck that would meet Umori's condition would much rather play Once Upon a Time. I think we're just playing our collector this turn, speaking of. That's Umori. When the moon hits your eye like a big piece of slime, that's Umori. It's a decent pickup. So let's do this. Into this. Okay. Wants to fight, red creatures? Wants to fight? Pretty sure water beats fire. Pretty sure water beats fire. Yeah, the fact that this card doesn't have Changeling and isn't a shapeshifter seems like a huge miss. Brazen Borrower, looking good here. It's a scotch of interaction in the main. This is probably a Thrashing Brontodon matchup. I'm going to trim the Borrower because it's a little bit expensive at the top end. Oh, you know what? I think I turned... Nobody else has said anything, but I turned the game sounds on when we were playing Legend of the Keepers yesterday, I think. So these are probably extra low. They probably have Death Dweller. I mean... Do I really want to keep this in against Goblin Chain Whirler? Sure. Vial would be an excellent addition to Historic. A good draw. I'll play this before they attack. Fanatical Firebrand's not standard legal. I think Delver's Secrets would be a sweet addition to Historic. Talked about that. I would love it if they would just basically copy and paste all of Innistrad block into Historic. Like, minus the like, really offensive cards. Yeah, like, leave out Snapcaster, leave out Faithless Looting. Feels dead man. Dead man. Cavern of Souls is an offensive card. Yeah, I think all the werewolves, all the sweet tribal vampires, like all of those would be great. And hopefully we'll get some of those cards in Jumpstart. Yeah, Faithless Looting would be a card you'd want to leave out. Cards I would leave out: Faithless Looting, Snapcaster Mage. Probably Liliana the Veil. Yeah, Delver and Huntmaster would be great. Lingering Souls would be great. Faithless Looting would be gas in literally every graveyard deck. That's why the card's messed up beyond belief. Stop it. In Raid, how dependable are the reviews in the champion screens? I'd recommend if you're in the subs Discord, there's a website called Ayumi Love that's pinned in the Raid channel that has some reviews that tend to be a little bit better. You can also ask folks in the subs Discord for their opinions on different champions. They'd be happy to help you out. What's wrong with Cavern of Souls? Okay, if you don't understand what's wrong with Cavern of Souls, I have a really easy test for you to do. Look at Beseiju, and then look at Cavern of Souls, and then realize how incredibly offensive Cavern of Souls is. Read Beseiju, and then read Cavern of Souls. The person who says they like Cavern of Souls said they also like Teferi. This is my surprise face. Stop it. Get some help. Get out. Little awkward here that I don't have another fish for the Silvergill Adept, but I need to get my other Lord down so that way they can't use two of these to kill one of my things. If they have a burn spell in hand here, like a lightning strike, I could be in a little bit of trouble, but If they don't kill both my Lords this turn, we'll be in an okay spot. If they can kill both, we're going to be a little bit medium. Okay, we're gonna play a game, as they say. This is an excellent draw. Hopefully we draw a land here that lets us cast Aether Gust. I would love to hold that up. If we don't draw a land that lets us cast Aether Gust, we'll obviously play the Biomancer. It's a hard knock life, chat. A hard knock life. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Chain Whirler killed 4 creatures. For people that missed what happened, Chain Whirler killed 4 creatures, is what happened. Oh, you know what? Maybe I'm supposed to lead on Deeproot. Although leading on Deeproot is worse against another Chain Whirler. Yeah, the scary part here is they've missed land drops, so like their hand was just like all spells there. So they have like another burn spell here because they elected not to play. Need to draw a 1 or 2 mana Merfolk here, so we can go Deeproot into Silvergill Adept and attack. So any 1 or 2 mana Merfolk here would be great. And we drew a land, so that sounds like magic. Close game again. Match decided there by which aggro deck drew fewer lands. And honestly, for as close as that game was, after we got, what, 4-for-1 by a Goblin Chain Whirler trigger, like... That's why it's tough to, like... When people come in and ask about the record, we always talk about how the exact record doesn't matter. Because, like, both the matches we played so far with this deck were just, like, razor-thin margins away from victories in Game 3s. No, Gendy. I don't think so. Because if that happens, I lose my 2-1 inside of combat, and then I can't race anymore. And I'm winning that game by attacking. So your play gets rid of their Bone Crusher, but we didn't care about getting rid of their Bone Crusher. They had tons of Bone Crushers. We were winning that game by beating them down. I think your play is an incorrect role assessment of what's going on in that game. Yes, boys. You want to pick a new level? Alright, you gotta wait for my match event. It's gonna be a little bit. Declan, if you bring the switch in here, I'll help you pick one out. Bring it very carefully off the dock. And walk it in here. Sit down nice. And pick a level up. And then I will set it up for you. You can put it back on the dock. Okay, so not Winota. Interesting. He loves his Switch, chat. He is very careful with it. I tell him to be careful with it.
I want this one.
That one? Alright. For those of you at home who have if you have small children that enjoy Minecraft, the $8 a month pack on the App Store or whatever it is that, like, lets them download a bunch of different things, worth every penny. Worth every penny. So again, Reejerey here lets us discount all of our merfolks by untapping the land that we're using to cast them. I'm going to go ahead and play Kumena Speaker now, and this one I'm going to use to diddle their questing beast. It is basically impossible to find retail non-light switches at the moment, yep. Hey, guys, Jacob, when you're in here, you gotta be quiet, bud. In fact, the only reason I have this retail non-light switch in my hands is because a subscriber found one on a discount and sent it to me. Or found one at retail and bought it, and I PayPal'd them and they sent it to me. Alright. Down to 5. Do you know how to put yourself into adventure mode or creative mode? Okay. Walk very carefully out there. Walk very carefully. Hold it with 2 hands. Do not jump, Declan. They are very adorable. You are not wrong. Ooh, that's a good one. Hey, diddle diddle. Alright, so they don't seem like they're a deck cheating things into play, so I'm going to cut the Mistcaller and bring the Aether Gust in again here, I think. Maybe this is a dispute matchup, but didn't see too many blue things out of them. Easy mulligan here with no second land. I think I'm going to bottom the Borrower. I'm supposed to lead on the Lord there. Just to, like, get down in under Frilled Mystic. This is like, let's say, if they just pass here, it's very obviously a Frilled Mystic. Resplendent Angel. Their deck's kind of sweet. You got, like, this Bant mid-range thing going on. This notably loots whenever it gets a counter from anywhere, so things like Deeproot and things like Kumena, putting counters on it, power it up, let you loot. Maybe a bit of a mistake on my part here to... Yeah, I think I messed up. I think I shouldn't have discarded the Ziggurat. I should have just discarded the Reejerey. Because I can't Aether Gust and play a threat here without the 4th land, so I just get Frilled Mystic, which sucks. Okay. Okay, can we cut through Resplendent Angel here is a real question. Yeah, exactly did. A lot of close games today. Huh? I think I'm just going back to my game 1 configuration. Honestly. I think I just want to run them down, especially on the play. Brazen Borrower is probably like our best card to match up like this. Sweet. Third land to play Merrow Reejerey on curve is great here, because Merrow Reejerey will make the rest of our Merfolk much cheaper. I wonder if I potentially want more Brazen Borrowers in the board for a little bit of interaction to bring in. Okay, let's do this, and then hit them here, and then end of turn, I'll bounce the Binding, and then I can untap, play the other Reejerey, and then just, like, vomit my hand out with double Reejerey. Yeah, they're actually just dead, right? Not quite just dead, I guess. Oh, no, I sequenced this all wrong. I can't Silvergill Adept this turn now. That's a mistake. Well, punted. So they have to attack with Lyra, otherwise they're dead. Yeah, I think I want some more borrowers in my 75. Card's been real reasonable. Move the extra Mistcaller to the sideboard. Go up a borrower in the main. Let's try this. There are plans to do one more after this, not sure. It's like a half hour or more from now. I'm gonna see what the viewer count's like before I make that decision, see how Christy's feeling. It's also kind of nice outside, so I might just go for a walk around the neighborhood. Yeah, a little exercise. It's a Deeproot thing for in the sideboard. Removal heavy matchups. Matchups where they're killing lots of your fish. So you want your fish to make more fish. What card is the highest text to CMC ratio? Probably 3 mana Flip Nissa. Nissa Vastwood Seer? Nissa Vastwood Seer, that's her name. You know what? I should have put a counter on here to split these up a little bit. If we draw a blue source next turn, we'll be in a good spot. They should be at 13 though. I should have split these up for sure. S. Cohen, thank you for the brand new Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome to Hoaglandia. Everything good when wherever you're at in the world. What about Flip Jace? I believe Flip Nissa has more text than Flip Jace. What did you suggest that someone finish the 5-color challenge do without pumping money into the game? I played on and off for the last 20 plus years, but I'm new to Arena. I don't see trades or shield leagues, and it feels a lot different from Arena. Or it feels a lot different from MTGO. Yeah, on Arena you have the option to... It is very different. On Arena you have the option to collect cards without pumping money in. As far as, like, free-to-play recommendations go, people in chat might have recommendations for you. I am what you would refer to as an arena whale. I have a pretty complete collection. I usually buy $100 worth of packs every time a set releases. Takes about 200 packs to have a complete set. I have pretty much complete sets for everything in the game. Game's probably done at this point. Maybe if they don't have another sweeper, Kumena can come down and kind of gum things up for us, is potential. Yeah, if you're looking at into Constructed on a budget, picking up a monocolor deck so that way you don't need a bunch of rare dual lands in the mana base is probably the best way to do it. Hello, honey.
So adorable.
They are very cute, yep.
Look at breath. So cool.
Walking down the stairs is a lot of work, I bet.
I don't know how I'm gonna do up the stairs.
Okay, so ideally, unfortunately, I can't play 2 Tricksters next turn the way our mana is lined up here. Silvergill Adept's not bad. The blue source also not bad, so we can do this, reveal this. Okay, so do I Biomancer now? Because then I can loot through some of these Merfolk Tricksters. That's probably it, because I wanna start pumping up 1/1 counters on my fish, and this draws and discards whenever we do that. How long have I been standing? I don't know. Not yet. So we'll block like this. Well, I don't think all 3 of us will fit in the chair anymore, honey.
But I could...
Okay, I can sit down.
Cuddle because there's still no arm on this chair.
Maybe I leave the arm off intentionally so that way you can sit next to me nicely. It's the end of a cord that I cut off from the broken fan. Please don't play a sweeper. Please don't play a sweeper.
This chair.
Alright, they played a land, so they're probably not sweeping. Oh, Golos is a good one. So they're gonna get 5 blockers now. It's a bit rough. They have all their colors of mana, so they're gonna be able to activate Golos here. You feel dead? Why do you feel dead? I think our card sleeves.
They're kind of.
So, if they hit us with 5 things, they can kill us. I'm gonna have Tricksters to diddle 2, and then I'll have, if I attack with Kumena unblockable, I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blockers. So we'll be able to deal with 8 of their things, and they have 9, 10 things, so we'll get hit by 2 of them. So yeah, so I think we smack them. I think we smack them for 3 here. And then we just, like, hope Golos bricks off. That was the opposite of Golos bricking off, so I believe we're dead now. Wasn't too bad considering we got Wrath done for. We unfortunately don't have any hard counters in this configuration. I think we're just like Borrower in, Mistcaller out. Mistcaller doesn't really impact anything here. We'll leave in the last one as a random 1-drop. What are the card sleeves from? They're from the Mastery Pass, level 70, I think. We got them today. Does Trickster stop Golos from activating? Technically, but they just activated in response. And the way Golos is worded, they can play the card till end of turn, so they just activate it with the Trickster targeting it on the stack. Losing. I mean, there are many people in chat that would argue me losing makes for the best content. Good start here on the plate. 1-drop, into attack for 3, into attack for 7. That actually is excellent with this hand too, because it means our turn 3 will go pump the board plus another threat. We could easily have a turn 4 kill here. He is cute.
He does a flip.
So this is 1 less damage this turn, but it's more damage the next turn.
What's his name?
No idea.
That thing next to him.
It was good, not so new. I didn't realize you could click to change it. So, we're hoping to fade Growth Spiral into Shatter. Don't play a white source. Don't play a white source. Don't play a white source. Don't do it. Have a heart. Sick. Alright, so not getting swept. That wasn't a red or white source, so no Clarion or Shatter next turn, which is great. And then hopefully this Mistbinder will be lethal next turn. Not quite. We'll put a counter here. Oh, wow. And actually, this is huge. So, if I would have put the 1/1 counter on one of my creatures that attacked last turn, they'd be dead this turn, because we're dealing 12. So if we get swept here, and then we lose the game after the sweeper, they would have died this turn if I'd have put the counter on the right thing last turn. If I'd have put the counter here last turn, yep. And again, it's like little decisions like that. We've had a number of micro decisions in these games like that, where it's just like, oh, we missed by just a little bit, or had just a little bit of variance that ended up. That Brazen Borrower is actually an incredibly good draw here. End step flash threat could easily let us steal this game, especially with it in the air. It was probably the best draw on the deck, he says, before his opponent plays an Uro.
What's your problem? So fucking
They actually played pretty well together.
They do. Until they start breaking each other's houses.
Yeah, you know, details.
Yesterday I was taking the other stuff, and I'm like, you're in creative mode, make more stuff. Surely have access.
Hey, these are my idiots. Please be dead. Need one more card in their bin to escape Burrow still. They didn't snap off the sweeper, so that bodes well for our hero. Even if they do find a way to escape the Uro this turn, any Merfolk makes Kumena lethal next turn. Oh, you are hidden where you're sitting. Do you want to be hidden?
Oh, I just thought you didn't want me to be a part of the show. You're trying to get rid of me.
I'll keep you. Are you dead yet? So you're dead? So you're dead. Got it. Got it. Good. Makes you sad when they don't have a pet. It is very sad. You're not wrong. Alright, and now we gotta try and beat the Wrath of God deck on the draw, which is a tough sell.
You're gonna lose.
We are very likely going to lose. Our hand was very good on the play and we just barely scraped it
Okay,
out.
wait, I get to pick. Keep. Is that right?
You were right. And super reasonable. Would like a 1-drop here. Rats. Okay, Deeproot into Deeproot is something. I actually could go Deeproot into Silvergill Adept and try and pressure that way.
How come that one's so small?
Because it is in the companion zone. It's not technically in our hand, but it's castable.
Didn't I hear you say on stream once that sideboard?
If you sideboard your companion out, if you break your companion rule without sideboarding out, the client bugs currently. Is the issue. So we're gonna do this, reveal Silvergill Adept, and hopefully we'll draw a land here. Alright, another Merfolk will do in a pinch. Let's do this, and then let's start powering up Silvergill Adept here. Is Winota the most explosive deck in Historic? Yes, not close. It is the best linear deck in the format. Knight of Autumn is actually really good with their shatters because they get to draw a card when they shatter this off the board. I'm going to block this so that way if they shatter they don't draw a card. Yeah, it was a bad play on their part. Super telegraphed. How about a 4th land? Come on, we were on the draw and kept 3 lands. Magic sucks. Thanks for the 15 months, Sky Guy. Welcome back. Shuffler flat, game rigged. Etc, etc. Our lack of blue mana has also been pretty frustrating here. Yeah, it's Christy's fault. She told us to keep. You were very right.
Know which kind of
Just hoping to draw a blue source there. Didn't hit. I guess I Kumena and try and draw a land.
That's a cool animation. You're losing, honey?
Yeah, we don't have any lands.
Yeah.
We did keep a very good hand.
Sorry.
Yes, the shuffler is rigged. It's rigged against us. It's not my fault. We should submit a ticket, yeah. Okay, so we can end step. Oh, we can't. I was gonna say we could double diddle, but we actually can't double diddle, right? Because we don't have quad blue. I can't. I'm not beating another sweeper, I don't think. So let's just go all in here. We'll smack them for 6 unblockable here, and then we can draw a card. And I'm like, I guess we're not even just straight dead to a sweeper, because like I'm gonna have 7 cards in my hand if they shatter, two of which are these. We're actually doing okay here. We're less okay if they have a sweeper, but we're not just dead. They always have it, chat. They always have it. When do they have it? Always. When do you have it? Never. So hopefully we can draw an untapped blue source here, and we can end step double Brazen Borrower and 2-turn clock them, he says before his opponent casts Uro. Uro is such a pit stain, chat. It's such a pit stain. Get shattered twice every game. Can we Trickster the Uro into the battlefield effect? No. Once the trigger's on the stack, stripping the trigger off the card doesn't do anything. I think I'm just doing this so I can start attacking. And then next turn's gonna be bounce your Uro. It wasn't cast, this doesn't do anything. Oh, you know what? Maybe I should have. I guess leaving this as a blocker is fine. I think we're gonna lose the race to the zombie tokens here because of the Uro life, though. I think we could beat 2 sweepers. I think we could beat sweeper plus Uro. We just couldn't really beat double sweeper plus Uro. Needed to hit lands earlier. Mistcaller stops Field of the Dead.
How many zombies did?
2 for every land they play. Sometimes. This card, in addition to gaining them enough life, also lets them put extra lands in play. It is in fact a good combo. We're dead.
My disclaimer is I know how this game typically.
All right, let's try one more. I'd really like to get Can we just like have one of these close matches that we win? We keep being breaking on the wrong side of like Razor thin margins. Does Mistcaller interact with Ura's escape? No, because Mistcaller explicitly says if it wasn't cast and escaping it is a cast. The disclaimer got RTX voiced. It actually probably got noise gated as opposed to RTX voiced. I have a noise gate on so that way when the air conditioner's going and I'm not talking, you don't just hear a hum in the background.
Jeff just doesn't care about my opinion.
I mean, I heard your opinion. It was just Twitch chat that didn't hear your opinion.
Twitch chats should listen.
We trade with Robber here, probably. Does Christy have Pokemon Go? Yeah. I think I play Kumena because it's less likely to die to removal. And then, honestly, it's probably just turn 4, 4, 5. What's up, oldest son?
Hey, Daddy.
Yes, Jacob.
Buy new level, please.
You want to pick out a new level? Mommy will help you pick out a new level.
How do I do it? Do I have to go to the market?
You hit create new world, and then you scroll down, and there's see more under the ones that have purple dots next to them. Those are the ones that are included in the thing we pay for.
Because they want like a new one, right?
Yep. Yay, 4 5s. Yay, 4 5s. Honestly, seeing how that game played out, I almost feel like I'd rather not board an Aether Gust and keep my 4 mana 4 5. Like 4 mana 4 5 guaranteed is like pretty good against red aggro. Yeah, this is fine. It goes 1, 2, 3, and has guaranteed mana to play Umori on 4. Bob the Mighty One, thanks for the 10 months. I appreciate that. Welcome. Keeping me around. I think I'm leading on Deeproot. I think there's a good chance either of these that I play gets killed, so I think I care about Deeproot getting killed less. Hey, now the $1 million question is, do they have a land tier? If they don't, we're in a good spot to race. Don't. Sick. And then this will draw a card. And then we'll put a counter on this, and we'll get to draw another card. Fanatical Firebrand's a reason to prioritize pumping up Deeproot Elite. It's a lot of champions. Alright, well, sometimes your decisions are easy. Thunk. So I think I'm obligated to block here, because if I don't block and they have, like, Lightning Strike or Land Wizard's Lightning, I die. Like, obviously, they could, like, Lightning Strike this and then eat this with First Strike damage, but I'm dead if I don't block to that, so I think I'm supposed to block. And maybe I'm supposed to just block both of them here. But if I block 2... Yeah, that card was bad for us, regardless of how we slice this turn. Alright, so we'll play this, revealing Kumena, and then Tricky Dick can tap something here, and we can block the 2 others, so we don't die, ideally. And then we have Brazen Borrower to clear a blocker on the backswing. They can't have Cleave. Their companion is Luris. So, they have a Fanatical Firebrand in their bin. So, if I double block, they get to go Luris, Firebrand. I Brazen Borrower, bounce Luris. They block the Biomancer. They kill my Silvergill Adept. So we're guaranteed to kill one. That's not true at Turtle Witness. Things have First Strike. I think I just leave myself dead to Lightning Strike or Wizard's Lightning here. So that way I can kill them next turn if they don't have it. I guess I'm also dead to a Shock with this play. No, that's not true, because if they bring back Firebrand, yeah. I think we're dead there to a Lightning Strike regardless, so I'm just supposed to make them have it. Okay, I think playing around the first one's correct. I think playing around the second one, we just don't have the tools for at that point. Feels Magic Man. Hopefully Silvergill. If we get to curve out 2, 3, 4, we should have a pretty good shot here. Okay. Okay. Any Burning Stream Emissaries do you have? Probably not all of them. Block. All right, deck. I get it. Let's how about some spells now? Just, you know, a couple, 2, 3 spells. Couple, 2, 3 spells, please. This is where the magic happens, chat. Alright, Wizard's Lightning, did trade 2 for 1 here, that's fine. Now the problem here is this is a game where I have no pressure, so they're gonna get to like play this Luris and just like take us to town. Just gonna have an endless flow of threats. Okay, this is a good pickup. Let's just filter through one of these lands. extra here, like Kumena probably. It's not terrible. Probably supposed to make a 3/3 there, actually. If I had a 3/3, I could block 2 other things, which gives me headway. And another land. Alright, sure. Alright, I'm gonna take off for the rest of the day. After that said, I'm about done with Magic. I think I'm happy with where we ended up at. Like I said, I think we hit some pretty, not only did we hit some bad beats, but I also made a couple of mistakes that could have twisted the outcomes of games reasonably. I think Mistcaller is a good addition to give you some extra play against Winota. Brazen Borrower was nice as a little bit of main deck interaction. Ancient Ziggurat definitely makes it super, super castable. I'm going to be off tomorrow for sure. I'm going to be back at some point over the weekend. I don't know, with the announcement coming on Monday. My like drive to play is kind of at an all-time low. All of these formats, like even this deck, right? Like, is this deck gonna have a companion come Monday, or are the companion rules just gonna be completely different? So the deck needs to be different. The whole announcement of their announcement, instead of just like telling us what's actually gonna happen and then saying, okay, these changes get implemented on a future day, just like really sucks. Everybody stay safe wherever you're out in the world. Catch you around this weekend at some point. Peace, folks.